Hey girl, hey, this is Dr. Tasha Rogers, and I am back today, girls. This is Podcast Thursday, and we're gonna have some fun, but I'm gonna tell y'all some stuff y'all need to know. Y'all know I am not a gatekeeper, okay? Forgive me because I'm working. I'm at the Clean and Cute warehouse, but the show must still go on. I wanted to do something fun in the space of I pay attention a lot to what people are asking through the week. Y'all probably have heard me say this before. And I always assume that if one or two people are curious, then I got a lot of people who are curious, right? So I want to talk this week about vaginal moisture, aka wetness, aka macaroni and cheese. Okay? So yeah, let's talk about that. So first of all, we're not gatekeepers over here. We're talking about products. We're going to talk about stuff that you should or shouldn't do. We're going to talk about these scammy myths of all this stuff that y'all are buying on all these stores, honey. Stop it. And we're going to talk about things that you should or shouldn't know, things you should or shouldn't do, aka all the stuff. So let's get into it. When we talk about vaginal wetness or vaginal moisture, however you want to call it, I'm going to separate it into premenopausal and postmenopausal, right? And pre can be perimenopausal. It can be all the things, but I'm going to separate it into pre and post. And the reason for that is oftentimes in postmenopause, most, not all the time, we can talk about that first because that's going to be easiest. Most, but not all the time, that's really going to be due to hormone stuff. Postmenopausal, your estrogen levels drop, your vagina gets a little bit dry, gets a lot bit dry. It's not doing what it used to do. I mean, you might want to be the girl you used to be, but that thing ain't snapping the way it used to snap. It's not getting wet the way it used to get wet, baby. You know, that thing used to gorilla grip somebody up and you was in a good place. Things change a little bit. The vagina is very funny. If you do not use it, you will lose it. So that means that if you're not sexually active, your vagina will start to tighten and it will start to shorten. So if a lot of time goes by and you attempt to be sexually active, you have to kind of get back into it real gentle. And I'm talking my postmenopausal girlies here. Postmenopause means we have not had a period for more than 12 months. That is when, like I said, when you're postmenopausal and your estrogen levels start to drop, that's when you start to see that tightening and shortening if you're not using your vagina. Now, this is not going to be for everybody, so don't be in the comments like, girl, not me, not me. Okay, girl, that's what's up. But it is going to be the overwhelming majority of people, and you're going to start to see shortening and tightening and drying of the vagina. We call it vaginal atrophy. And I am not a fan of synthetic hormone replacement, so the pills, the patches, the creams. I'm not a fan. And it's just because anything synthetic is going to be more cancer causing, and the cancer risk is not significant. But who wants any risk of any added risk between the air we breathe, the food we eat, and God only knows what we're drinking and all the other stuff? Baby, we got enough risk. Between the low vitamin D levels, between the obesity, the processed food, baby, we got enough risk, okay? We don't need no additional. So I am not a fan. I don't like the way it's done. It's very generic. You're supposed to start low and go slow. So we give you the lowest dose of the synthetic stuff. You get the lowest dose. Then if that doesn't work, you come in and later, it didn't work. Okay, well, let me take it up a little bit. Let me take it up a little bit more. Some doctors are so impatient and just give you the highest dose from the very beginning, and that's not how it's supposed to go. And with synthetic hormone replacement, it does not affect your libido. So oftentimes you go to your doctor and you say, yeah, my hot flashes have gone away. My vagina feels a little bit better, but I still don't want to have sex. They give you an antidepressant. Girl, I didn't say I didn't say I was depressed. I said I'm not trying to jump this man's bones. And I'm trying to be the freak of leak. I'm trying to be outside. I'm trying to be in the streets. And what's the problem? And then they give you an antidepressant. So girl, no, I'm not a fan. Y'all know I do bioidentical hormone replacement. Y'all know I do Avexapel. I'm with my assistant today, so I might be tagging stuff in the comments. She might be tagging stuff in the comments because I don't know how to do that. But I'm going to have her put some links in the comments. But Avexapel, it is the bioidentical hormone company that I use. I love them. I use them personally, and I use them for all of my patients. They're amazing. And on their website, they have a find a provider near you. So if the person is actually on their website, they have been certified by the company. They're skilled and trained at putting them in, and they do things the right way. So if you're not in Atlanta and you're interested in the bioidentical hormone replacement, you don't know what that is, baby, go back to my video. Go back, just run right down the street. It's probably 2 or 3 houses, maybe 4 houses down the street. Run right down the street and watch that video so you can get tuned up on what we're talking about here if you're not one of the regular girlies. And if you're not, welcome. We're happy to have you. Pause your video and go click like, okay? And if you're not subscribed, do that too. Okie dokie. So, because you don't want to miss these. These are bangers. I'm always dropping some heat. So anyway, so for the postmenopausal women, I have a couple of suggestions for you. Bioidentical hormones, yes. And if you're like, well, I don't really want them, I had a history of, cool. We can also replace just testosterone with you. Yes, it'll take a little bit longer for the hot flashes to go away, but baby, let me tell you, that testosterone is going to get them cooch parts together, okay? You're going to want to have sex with his man, her man, the FedEx man, the man making the subs at Publix. Baby, the ugliest man in the world. You're going to be like, well, he ain't that ugly. He's distinguished. He's distinguished. He's a zaddy. Trust me, okay? And then you wake up like, is this discharge? Did I pee on myself? Why am I wet? What is going on? You go to wipe yourself in the bathroom. You're like, what is happening here? So at the end of the day, we have something for everybody that is not going to increase your risk. With bioidentical hormone replacement, it actually decreases your risk of cancer, helps with heart disease, cholesterol, colon cancer risk, bone mass, and bone loss. It's that girl. But again, run back a couple streets down the house, couple houses down the street, and watch that video. Get you the info, okay? Because I dropped the heat on that too. Also, in the meantime and in between time, while we're waiting for that vagina piece to get all juiced up and get all, you know, with the wetness sounding like macaroni and cheese again, y'all know, and I'm gonna drop the link for this too. This is not a product sale. This is because I be trying to tell you, I be trying to get y'all married off, okay? I be trying to get y'all a zaddy with a check. I be trying to help y'all, okay? The lubricant that I recommend to all of my patients, we literally carry that joint in the office because the patients calling me like, Dr. Rogers, I'm on the trip and they saying 3 weeks for shipping. Okay, I don't work at her company. Like, what is I'm supposed to do? I can call her, but what you think she gonna bring it over your house? Like, what y'all want me to do? So I had to talk to her and say, listen, you gotta let me carry it in the office. You gotta let me do something because they fitting to I need this to go on my trip and I'm getting flued out to Miami and I need to, okay, well, first of all, who the people over 50 getting flued out? Because anybody flying me out. And that's problematic. And again, if y'all got some rich daddies, uncles, or any of the above, don't be scared to send me a message about them, okay? Because I'm outside. Now, anyway, but you know, they gotta have a. Anyway, so let's get back to what we're talking about. So the lubricant that I absolutely love for my patients, I love for any person. This is a Black-owned company, by the way, and I say that with pride and dignity. She be late for our meetings, but the girl is on her job, okay? It is called Wet Kitty, okay? She has like a clear, she has a white. I don't understand the white, but it's not for me to understand. It's all in your preference. I love Wet Kitty because it is odorless, it is colorless, it is tasteless, okay? It does not get sticky and tacky. It stays the same consistency as how you drew it out the bottle. It's in a dropper, like it has a dropper, so you can fill up that dropper, literally put it inside the vagina and squeeze and have it like all up inside the vagina. It's very natural appearing, so if you decide you want to put it on 9 or 10 o'clock at night, but y'all fall asleep, y'all get tired, y'all don't bust down until 2 or 3 in the morning, it's going to be the same consistency as it was when it came out of the bottle. It does not change or become sticky or nasty or no, it stays the same consistency. It's not going to cause a vaginitis. It's that girl, okay? It is that girl. If you have used Wet Kitty, if you're one of my patients and use Wet Kitty, if you have used Wet Kitty, drop a comment down below so these girls will know. Don't be scared. Because some of my patients are like, I want to use it. And they don't have lubrication issues, but honey, they might be trying to get them an extra little, you know, something for the birthday, or get them a little trip, or whatever it is they trying to succeed at. The Wet Kitty will get you there sexually, okay? So there's that. So I definitely recommend it. It is definitely safe to use. He won't know you're using it because, again, odorless, colorless, tasteless, and you're putting it inside the vagina. And so when you do what you do, you have your foreplay, you do whatever it is you're doing, by the time you're ready to have sex, it kind of, I guess it seems like it's all you. It seems like that wetness is all you, as it's probably kind of come down the vagina, and it's probably on a little bit on the outside, on the vulva. So I highly, highly, highly recommend. You can find it on Instagram. I think she got her page back, because you know they be trying to make everything sexual and perverted on Instagram, and everywhere else too. But I think she got her page back, but it's officially, I want to say officially _pleasured. But if not, on Instagram, it's officiallypleasured.com. And again, it's called Wet Kitty. She got 2 different sizes. I guess sometimes, depending on where she is with her inventory, sometimes you might get it in a couple of days, sometimes it might take a couple of weeks. So if you got some change on you, if you ain't worried about having a little check on you, get you the large bottle. Don't play around with that small bottle, I'm telling you, because then you're going to get it and then be like, oh my God. And then it's going to be 2-3 weeks before you can get some more. And then he going to be like, well, what happened? I mean, I thought we was in a good place and all the things. Okay, so for my postmenopausal women, that's it. I do believe you need bioidentical hormone replacement because, again, not only just for the vaginal wetness, it's going to help your whole overall health, and it's going to give you all the things back. And I believe it also kind of has, like, you know, what do you call this? Anti-aging properties as well. My patients who are on it, they look well, they're more spry, like their skin has a glow, it has more they have more vigor. So not just about like the vagina stuff or like the hot flash stuff, like overall they just seem like they're just doing better. So I'm a fan. And then in the meantime and in between time, honey, as far as that vagina is concerned, you might have to, you know, take a little bit more time to get her up to speed again, but girl, use that Wet Kitty. Now, for my premenopausal, and premenopausal means it can be anywhere from, we're, you know, 20, 21, 22, we're in our 30s, so 20, 30s, 40s, mid 40s, even early 50s, if we have not gone through the whole menopause thing where it may or may not be associated with hormones. Let me tell y'all what I do, because people come in and they're like, my vagina's not getting as wet as it used to. Like, I mean, I'm just having vaginal dryness. Here's what I normally do. I'm going to take you from the most common and most simple things, but you all have to understand too that sex is also mental and emotional. Okay, so what does that mean? So when people tell me, and younger people, let's say younger, because I'm going to do the same thing for somebody in their 20s that I'm going to kind of do for somebody in their 30s and maybe early 40s as well. The first thing I want to know, just lifestyle stuff. So, and here's the conversation that I have, and this is what you should kind of be focused on. When you say, I'm not getting wet, I'm like, have you ever? I used to, now it's just not happening as well as I don't know. And they always give, you know, some kind of story, self-diagnosing. And I'm like, don't do that. Just tell me what's going on. And the first thing I always think about is lifestyle. I'm gonna say, how much water do you drink? Because your vagina is a mucous membrane, okay? Just like you have wax in your ears, you have mucus in your eyes, you have boogers in your nose, you have, you know, saliva in your mouth. Your vagina is a mucous membrane. So if you're dry, if you're dehydrated, people kill me. Remember back in the day, it was like the WAP. I got that WAP, and they would come in the office with chapped lips. You ain't got that WAP. You ain't got that WAP. Because if one of your mucous membranes is dry, so are the other ones. So when people come in, I drink about 2 or 3 bottles of water a day. Girl, what? I recommend to my patients, if you don't have any fluid restrictions, cardiac problems, kidney problems, or anything like that, I'm like 100 ounces of water a day. If it's a day you go to a gym, take in an additional 24 ounces of water. If we think about how much we lose with sweat, how much we lose with activity, how much we lose with our salt intake, baby, that 100 ounces gets used up. You have to be hydrated. Now, while we're talking about what we put in our mouth, let me talk a little bit about some of the myths that I hear, and I'm just like, what? So cucumbers are a huge source of hydration. Cucumbers I'm good with. Coconut water is just as good as regular water for hydrating. When it comes to water, I am big on alkaline water. Anytime you can get your body in an alkaline state, please try to do that. No disease, not cancer, not RSV, not nothing. No disease can live in an alkaline environment. Okay, I shouldn't have said RSV because that's a virus. But no disease can live in an alkaline environment. So the best thing you can do is probably try and keep your body as alkaline as possible. Okay, so there's that. But make sure you're hydrating and hydrate well, and make sure you're hydrating enough. If you're somebody, you pop sunflower seeds all day, you eat the saltiest french fries, you want all the seasonings, including the lemon pepper on your crab legs, and this is what you do all day, every day. You just a salt lover, and then you drink these 3 or 4 bottles of water. Girl, move. Girl, move. Okay, it's dust and cobwebs down there. Move. Okay, so what you eat and what you drink, I'm always going to be concerned about. Now, could it be something hormonal? Absolutely. It can be something hormonal. This is why I'm always going to check. For the most part, I'm going to check your thyroid. Your thyroid, not fibroids. Fibroids are in the womb. I'm talking thyroid, this thing that's right here in the neck. And I want to shout out, there was a patient who, let me just, do an aside. There was somebody, not a patient, but there was somebody who was watching, and she was like, I'm a thyroid survivor, and I'm looking, and your thyroid looks a little enlarged. And first of all, I appreciate that. She was like, I hope you don't feel like I'm being shady. Hell no. Because if something was going on with my thyroid, sis, tell me. Okay, tell me whatever y'all got to tell me. I want to be okay. But I told her before, I thought the same thing. I'm a Virgo. I'm super critical of myself. Had an ultrasound, had an MRI, had lab work done. The thyroid is fine. There was nothing wrong with my thyroid. I think it's just the way that the fat, based on the MRI, the way that the fat is kind of just distributed on my neck, like you can't really see, but it makes it look like I have an enlarged thyroid, but I just got a fat neck. But anyway, and we working on that, so judge not over here, unless he get blocked. But anyway, so I will check your thyroid. Our thyroid is like a thermometer. It is like a regulator. It regulates everything from your mood to your periods to whether you sweat to your weight to your bowel movements. That thyroid is a regulator. It keeps everything. Okay, so oftentimes if somebody says that to me, I'm like, I don't really think it's the thyroid, but I always double check because it could be a bunch of different things that are happening. Temperature dysregulation, mood, it affects your like depression, anxiety, all the things. So I'm always going to check the thyroid because it could be. So normally, once we deal with the lifestyle stuff, I'm like, what are you eating and drinking? Then I deal with like hygiene stuff. Okay. Now, I don't know if you new here, maybe you never heard me say it. If you know me, I am big on not pickling the vagina. If y'all don't stop jerking these coochies, first of all, I think the thing that gets y'all the most is the word natural. I could sell y'all anything and put natural on the front of it and y'all gonna buy it, and it drives me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, and like I always say, people be like, oh, it's natural, it's herbal, it's non-GMO. Well, so is cocaine. It's natural, it's herbal, it's organic, it's non-GMO, but we ain't endorsing it over here. Okay, I'm just saying, and we're not judging anybody who is a user. That's your business. Okay. But what I am saying is that don't be taken in by certain things. You guys are on these sites and you're taking this and you're taking the best thing that is going to make your vagina healthy, smell good, taste good, look good, feel good is vaginal health. And less is more. Okay, let me just say that. Less is more. So what does that mean? I'm always going to say, stop pickling the coochie. All these bath bombs, bath fizzies, bubble bath. I don't know if these influencers are pushing. And shout out to the influencers because I like a lot of them, but I'm going to tell you the truth about you just like I'm going to tell the truth about the medical industry. At the end of the day, all this bubble bath y'all sitting y'all behind in, the bath bombs, please don't sit your behind in no peroxide or bleach or apple cider vinegar. What's another one I've heard? I don't even know how to heard so much crazy stuff. None of all those things. No Epsom salt. None of that. Stop. It is a mucous membrane. Like, so don't sit your behind in that stuff and be like, oh, my vagina's dry. You think them people didn't lie to you when they said salt. It's Epsom salt. They wasn't lying to you. Put you a piece of chicken breast in a bowl with some salt. Come get it tomorrow morning and see how it looks. Bingo. That's how your coochie feels. So stop jerking your vagina. Just stop it. If you want to take a bath, I love baths. I think baths are great. You don't need anything in the water. You are not a child. Why do you need a bunch of distractions and toys to play with? Get you a book, get you an ebook, get you a glass of wine, whatever. But you don't need bubbles and fizz and suds and all. You doing too much. Your vagina does not like it. Let me let you know right now. The skin around the vagina, the vulva, the perineum, which we call the tank, which is that little flat part between the vagina and the booty, hates it. Like, just stop. Just stop. That's the first thing. When it comes to bathing, y'all know what I'm going to say. Y'all know what I'm going to say. Stop it. No liquid soap. Stop shampooing your hair in the shower. Just stop it. No liquid soap. I don't care who made it. I don't care how expensive it is. You know, I tried this out one time, and I bought one of the, I can't say the name because I love this brand, and I want them to think I'm shading them. I don't want them to catch a stray. But I bought like a very expensive body wash, and I was like, well, maybe it's just the ones that are at, you know, your local stores, your Targets, your Walmarts. Maybe it's just one of them. Maybe if I use one of the little razzle dazzle ones, because I like convenience just like y'all. Baby, on fire ain't the word. On fire ain't the word. I'm so mad I paid $95 for that bottle. Okay. Yeah, so no, no liquid soap. Okay, y'all know how I feel. No deodorant soap. No antibacterial soap, baby. That's that bacteria yellow soap. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. That's antibacterial for your hands, made for mechanics and stuff. That ain't antibacterial for your coochie. You don't need all that. It ain't gonna keep away the vaginitis. No perfume soap, no deodorant soap, no body wash, no Summer's Eve, no Vagisil, no boric acid. None of it. None of it. I only recommend 2 soaps. Okay. One soap I just created about a year ago. My soap, the Bath and Body Wash bar. Not Lord have mercy. I meant the body wash bar. Okay. That other store that I had just mentioned. Don't go in them folks store. Don't, if it ain't for a candle, don't go in them folks store. Don't go in there. You're gonna need a prescription. Don't go in them folks store. So the Clean and Cute body wash bar. And I created it, like I said, if you don't know me, my background is in chemistry, so I made a preservative that kills the staph and the strep. It helps with dry skin, all the things, all the girlies. It helps with hyperpigmentation. It helps with fungus on the skin, any candida or yeast on the skin. A couple of people will say it helps with discharge. I ain't say that. I ain't claiming that. I don't know. I'm just saying that what a couple of patients and customers have said. But it's that girl. It smells amazing. And will you get an infection? Hell no, because I created it and I'm solving problems, not causing them. The other, before I created her, because I've been doing this for about 23 years now, the other thing that I would always recommend is Dove White Bar Soap. The original, you think it has fragrance in it. People like, no, it does. The original, the OG, the in the white and navy blue box, the OG Unilever. If you listening, y'all did y'all big one with Dove Original, okay? And that will go far in preventing any types of infection. So bathing is really important. Stop putting all this perfumery stuff that has alcohol in it, all that stuff on or around your cooch. So once we have cleaned her effectively, we have not sat in anything that is going to be pickling to her or jerkying to her. We're not doing that. Leave her alone when you get out the shop. You want to put some Vaseline. Oh, it's just dry. You don't need no Neosporin. You don't need nothing fancy. You don't need nothing that they're selling at these stores for $20 or $35. Baby, grab you a little Vaseline and put it down there. If you have some microscopic cuts, that'll even help. Even if you're having a herpes outbreak, it acts as a beautiful barrier for you to put it on there so when you pee, it doesn't burn. If you have a cut down there from shaving, it won't burn. All the things, okay? Now, that's the hygiene part of it. But let me tell you, I'm about to give y'all some game. I'm going to give you a second, homie, to get you a pen. Go ahead. I'm going to give you a second to get a pen because what I'm going to need you to do is pay attention to this part. And it's probably the most profound thing I'm going to say in this whole video. Okay? You ready? Your vagina does not only pay attention to what is happening to it sexually, not vagina, your clitoris, does not just pay attention to what is happening to it sexually. It listens to your subconscious mind. So, what does that mean? That means that if you are in a position where it's like, oh, we're having sex, if you are thinking about, or you're in the mood, you're about to bust down, whatever the case may be, you just took your shower for the evening and your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, person, whatever y'all want to call the person who you with, is like, come on, let's do it. If you are tired, You're focused on something else. You thinking about the dishes in the dishwasher that didn't get done. You think about this child's homework you got to help with. You thinking about homework that you haven't done yet because you in school and you working a full-time job, or Rashikwa on the job tried you today and you got a lot on your spirit. Your clitoris is going to respond to that, and that girl is not going to get as wet as she needs to be. If you are agitated with your partner and there's something on your soul you have not spoken, okay? They liking too many pictures on Facebook. They got a shadow account on Instagram. You know, you done checked the DMs. You done found this, that, and the third. You done connected all this to the WhatsApp, and you done seen his text messages. Your subconscious mind is like, he ain't bringing the money in the house he used to be. Y'all struggling. All he want to do is have sex, borrow your car while you at work, play these games, be ready for dinner that he didn't help pay for, and then want to have sex. And so sometimes we have to evaluate the social situation in which you're in. If you're loving your partner, you just like, yeah, you know, it's just, we just have so much to do. We got so much going on, this, that, and the third. You have to take that time out and still be a partner to the person that you're with. Get out of your home if you're always going to think about what kind of work you got to do when you're there, or what needs to be done when you're there. Get out of there. Go for a date night. Go for a drive-in movie. It's 2 in the city, 1 in Decatur, 1 in Sandy Springs. I ain't going to tell y'all where it's at because I don't want y'all to be crowding it all up and can't nobody get no tickets. So anyway, so, you know, get out into a different environment. Go for a picnic. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money, but just get out of your space, and it's going to get you out of your headspace, because that's one of the biggest reasons that I see in my younger people. There's an issue with the relationship. There's something that you feel. Maybe you're ashamed of your body. Maybe you're worried like, oh my God, this is going to hurt, and I don't feel like the pain today. Or maybe I wonder if he smells me, or this, and I wonder if the infection went away. Anything that is going to distract you from actually being engaged 100% in the moment is going to contribute to you being dry, girl, or drier. Now, there's that. Again, we're going to throw this lube on you. Now, even if you don't have vaginal dryness issues, you just want to see what this is all about. You've always gotten kind of wet, but not as wet as you wanted to. You wanted to sound like macaroni and cheese, like these people be talking about, baby. You too. Run on over there. Run next door over there to the yellow store. And get you, if you know, you know. When you talk about the yellow store, if you know, you know. Run over there to the yellow store and get you some of that wet kitty. Just get you some. Don't let nobody be in your business. Hide it in your drawer. Hide it from your partner. That he just gonna think, or she just gonna, it's a turn of events. Just hide it. Just hide it and do your thing. And don't be ashamed of that. This is getting flued out season. Y'all are going to Miami. People are spending a lot of money to fly y'all out there. I mean, you might want an A++ because you might want to get flued out again. We all grown. Let's call it what it is. So that's my word for you guys. So first of all, make sure you have a healthy and a happy vagina. Make sure you understand why you're having vaginal dryness issues, so that you can actually fix the problem, not just mask the problem. So again, if we're postmenopausal, we're gonna get us some hormones on board, and we're gonna use some wet kitty until those hormones kick in. If we're premenopausal, we're gonna figure out what the problem is. We're gonna make sure we're eating and drinking properly, because all this stuff, take these supplements and you're gonna taste like a pineapple. Why is it supposed to taste like pineapple? It's not pineapple. That's just like saying, eat these chicken wings, they're gonna taste like lamb chops. It's not a lamb chop. It's not supposed to taste like lamb chops. It's not supposed to taste like pineapple, strawberries, or any of the above. It's supposed to taste like a vagina, whatever that may be. I don't know. It ain't my business. But the point is stop buying into these gimmicky or scammy things. If you have an infection, if you have an issue, treat the problem. If you treated the problem, the way you prevent getting an infection again is change the lifestyle things that are causing the infections. Make sure you're hydrating well. Make sure you're doing your best at keeping your mind focused on the task at hand and what it is that you intend to achieve. And when all else fails, baby, get you some wet kitty. All else ain't even gotta fail. Get you some wet kitty. I'm just saying. So for my wet kitty users, let these people know what it is. For my body wash bar users, let these people know what it is. For my patients who are getting, or anybody getting, you ain't gotta be my patient. Anybody getting bioidentical hormones, let these people know what it is. I'm trying to drop some game here for free. All right. So This is Dr. Tasha. I hope you enjoyed this video immensely, and I hope that you learned something. I'm going to get with my assistant to try to put all these links in here, because that's not my thing. I don't do it. I can't do it. So I'm gonna put these links in. I'm gonna get with my assistant to put them in for you. I hope you enjoy Podcast Thursday. Listen, I need you guys to like it, so that it pops up on your algorithm, and then share it for anybody who may need this, for you or your homegirls, or they complaining. You know, if you are a man and this is an issue for you, send it to your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever. Just be like, oh, I found her real funny. But, you know, you trying to let her know. Handle it. And then we will see you on Monday with a brand new video. Have an amazing weekend, guys. And thanks for tuning in.